Hello and welcome all you basketball fans for another installment of YSN Live Basketball. Tonight, the Austintown Fitch Falcons taking on the McDowell Trojans. As we get ready, opening tip going McDowell's way. Quickly go through your starting lineups for McDowell: Jacob Banks, Isaiah Logman, Curtis King, Luke Chamberlain, Nicholas Grimm. Other side for the Falcons: Devin Sherwood, Alan Underwood, Joe Roth, Deshaun Vaughn Jr., Marcel Finkley. As whistle blown quickly, send it rather to the Falcons, and an early turnover, or an early foul I should say rather, and that one was going to be committed by Alan Underwood. His first. Nicholas Grimm going to go to the line for an early couple of free throw opportunities in which he takes advantage of the first one promptly. 1-0 McDowell. Ty Bartell joining you tonight for the broadcast of the McDowell Trojans and the Fitch Falcons. Fitch 2-5 on the season. McDowell sporting a 3-1 record coming into tonight. Fitch now, first possession of the game. As they work it to that corner, Deshaun Vaughn steps in, mid-ranger, that one misses. Trying to dive for it, Roth couldn't save it, falling on it, goes out of bounds. Give it back to McDowell. As Alan Underwood Deshaun Vaughn Jr. had a very good game against Louisville, putting up 20-plus points in that one, and shooting stroke was looking clean. He has a very good shooting stroke from all areas of the floor. Nice defense trying to tip it loose, saving, no, stepping out of bounds with it, and send it back the Falcons' way. Luke Chamberlain couldn't keep the feet in bounds and grabbing that one as Fitch gets a possession on the turnover. 7:20 and ticking in the first. Marcel Finkley getting the start tonight for the Falcons, as Finkley carrying the ball, getting it over to Underwood. Underwood off the screen of Roth, feeding that corner to Sherwood. Sherwood off of it, kicks it out to Underwood, fakes the shot, works it inside, shoulder shot up and good. Mid-range shot is clear, on the money for Alan Underwood from that shoulder. As if he could start picking up shots from that mid-range area, really going to help the Falcons start spreading the floor out and create a lot more offensive opportunities. 2-2 all right now at 6:40 and ticking. McDowell works it to the top of the key as Chamberlain has to feed it over to Grimm. Grimm off the hands of Banks there, able to recover. Deshaun Vaughn there with defense, as trying to get past Vaughn. As into the corner now, King back to the top, and Grimm tries to find that seam as a whistle is blown, and they're going to call that one on Joe Roth on the push. Roth going to pick up his second team foul for the Falcons, as McDowell and the Trojans going to get it to keep possession here. Going over top, tried to get it to Chamberlain. Oh, nobody's even. There's two on the ground, and there's one in a bucket for Deshaun Vaughn Jr. As dropping two Trojans and soaring through the skies, Deshaun Vaughn gives the Falcons a lead, 4-2, 6 minutes in the first. Over to that wing inside. Oh, nice pass inside. Rising high above for the bucket is Luke Chamberlain, as he ties that one up at 4 high off the glass. Nice shot, Chamberlain. Finkley, nice drive to the hole and a block. Roth right there picks him up with the offensive board and score. Exchanging of leads as a nice read by Roth puts the Falcons back up by 2. Logman has to get it to Grimm. They feed it right back to Banks. Banks over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain splits the defense, bumps into Roth, and a nice shot off the glass. Nice take by Chamberlain, back even at 6 as Deshaun Vaughn goes baseline, kicks it out, thought about the 3, dribbles to the corner, goes inside, thought about kicking out. Joe Roth feeds it to Sherwood, set the screen. Sherwood sets from distance, couldn't finish, rebound, goes to Curtis King. As Jacob Banks, the feed over to the wing. Logman dribbles out to the top of the key. They're going to reset in that half-court offense. Marcel Finkley picking him up. Feed over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain back to Grimm. Grimm feeds it. Round the horn passing real quick. Back to Banks. Banks on the pass down low. Traveling violation is called on Banks. So at 4:35, a turnover on McDowell will send it back to the Falcons, all even at 6 here. As Deshaun Vaughn Jr. getting met by Banks. Vaughn goes baseline, stops, and thought about popping out, got doubled, and that one right into the hands of Logvin. Logvin now crossing half court, gonna set up in that half court, kicking over to King. Curtis King to Grimm. Grimm with the fake and three-point distance and turns around with the jumper, but no. As a shuffling of the feet, say the official, a dance down low, send it back to the Falcons, 4:10 to go in the first. As Marcel Finkley getting a lot of time with the ball as being one of the primary ball handlers here for the Falcons, and great job for one of the underclassmen getting some significant playing time here. And still the early part of the season for Fitch. Deshaun Vaughn now with the ball, reading the court, has to give it back over to Finkley. Logvin hovering. Logvin with Finkley as a nice tip. Logvin with the poke and the steal. Tries to go coast to coast, feed to the corner. Banks goes baseline. Traveling violation again, and that's 3 straight traveling calls on McDowell. Officials paying very close attention to the feet down on McDowell's offensive end, and the Falcons get another turnover, 3:38 on the possession. Here comes Allen Underwood with it. Underwood, the handoff to Sherwood. Sherwood trying to dribble to a spot, getting inside, looking to kick back out. Has to go over top, back out to Deshaun Vaughn Jr. Deshaun Vaughn dribbles baseline now, goes inside, kicks outside. Finkley from distance, can't finish. Nice rebound, soaring through the air that time was Banks. As quick passes down low now. Here comes Chamberlain, hook shot up and in. Nice soft touch hook shot down low by Chamberlain. Puts McDowell back up by 2. Underwood with the misdirection, lost the handle on it though. Another steal, this one by King. Inside, up and in again for Chamberlain. He's got 8 of the 10 for McDowell, and it's a 4-point Trojan lead. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. feeds over to that wing. Back over to Vaughn. Deshaun Vaughn tried to get to that spot. Great job of closing out defensive-wise by McDowell. Under 2.5 to go. Full head of steam. Here comes Underwood. Shot up. And they're going to call that one foul on the floor. Falcons going to keep it. We'll see who this one's on. As they're going to call that one on Curtis King. As Curtis King picks up his first and the team's first. Gianni Maley going to get his first playing time as a 6-man role, as well as Evan Saul Lee. As Saul Lee and Joe Roth, very interchangeable this season. As Coach Beanie has used them, both getting decent minutes. Saul Lee typically coming off the bench and giving Roth rest. As Sherwood backs out with the dribble now. Sherwood with the handoff back over to Roth. Or over to Underwood, I should say. Underwood now off with his right, gets inside looking for the pass back out. And had to swing it, but another great closeout defense, that time by Banks. Deshaun Vaughn tries to get him with the shake and bake, goes inside, and a nice denial down low that time by Grimm. Coast to coast, Chamberlain finishes it again. Timeout, Coach Beanie and the Falcons, as Luke Chamberlain able to get the Falcons again. 10 of the 12 coming from number 24 for the Trojans. It's a 12-6 Falcon lead. With a timeout, we'll take a real quick break here. Thank one of our beloved sponsors here on ysnlive.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel joining you along here in the first quarter of play as the Austintown Fitch Falcons trailing the McDowell Trojans 12-6 here, minute 53 to go in the first, as 10 of the 12 points being scored by Luke Chamberlain for the Trojans. With possession now is the Fitch Falcons. Gianni Maley getting some of his first playing time, bringing it up. As Allen Underwood Back over to Vaughn. Good defensive first quarter here from McDowell. Trying to find any sort of opening on offense right now. Fitch testing their waters. Maley to Vaughn again. Now to the corner. Sherwood thought about pulling the trigger from that corner. Stops and pops. That one falls short. Rebound into the hands of Saul Lee. As into the corner, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. now going to have to pick up the dribble. Cross-court pass. Maley goes baseline, feeds it, tried to get it to Saul Lee. Stolen away by Logvin. Logvin to the corner. That's Curtis King. Back over to Logvin. Finding Chamberlain. Chamberlain over to Grimm now. As Curtis King feeds it back over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain rises high above everyone but couldn't finish the shot. Offensive rebound poked loose as Sherwood bringing it through over to Maley in transition, who has to back out. Good closeout defense again in the transition that time by McDowell. Fitch can hold it for the last possession, trailing by 6. As Maley goes to baseline, kicks it back out. Underwood gets him slipping, goes inside mid-ranger, couldn't finish on the shot. Able to grab it though, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. back on the attack to the corner. Maley strokes it from distance up and in for the shot and the 3. Back within 3 as McDowell not going to be able to get it cross half court, and that'll do it for our first quarter of play. Both teams jockeying for position for each other. We'll come back with second quarter right after this on ysnlive.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the start of the second quarter at Austintown Fitch High School. Ty Bartel joining you along in a 12-9 McDowell Trojan lead over the Fitch Falcons. Scoring leader so far for McDowell, it's with 10 points. It's number 24, Luke Chamberlain, who has been a thorn in the Falcons' side in this one. As start of the second quarter, Fitch gets possession. It's Deshaun Vaughn Jr. as the next 8 minutes starts to tick away in the first half. As Sherwood going over to Underwood. Underwood comes off the screen of Roth, takes it from mid-range, couldn't finish as it swirls around the bucket and out. As Curtis King gets it over to Keyshawn Husband. Husband now takes it from distance, couldn't finish. Able to grab the ball is Sherwood. Sherwood bringing it up. Sherwood attacks on the inside, kicks outside to Vaughn. Off the screen. Hands it off to Allen Underwood. Back over to Gianni Maley. Maley staying on through the second quarter. We see Underwood, or rather, Saul Lee checking out for Roth. That one hits some hands. Able to save it, though, is Devin Sherwood over to Underwood. Underwood gives way to Sherwood. Sherwood shot up and in. And that one is a 3, as the Falcons tie it up on the distant shot from Sherwood. 2 consecutive threes now for Fitch. Bringing it up, Husband again. Keyshawn. Triangle of passing ends up in the hands of Logvin. Logvin back to Grimm, now over to Chamberlain. And the shot from distance, and they're going to send it back the way of the Falcons. And that one called on Nicholas Grimm. Foul number 2 for McDowell, 2 for both the Falcons and the Trojans. First foul picked up for Grimm in this one. 12-12 all Falcons with the ball at 6:20 and ticking in the first half of play. Sean Vaughn goes to Maley. Maley goes baseline, reverse layup. Oh, what a pretty layup that was, too. High off the glass, hit the corner of the box, falls through. Falcons lead it 14-12 as Isaiah Logman. The press is on now for Fitch. Keshawn Husband out to King again. As we have another whistle blown, and they're going to send it back. Another offensive foul, I think, being called on McDowell. This time going to be called on Luke Chamberlain, as Chamberlain going to pick up his first, and that is now 3 fouls for McDowell, and a 30-second timeout being called by the Falcons. And we will stay right here with it, actually, on ysnlive.com, as we are looking at the box score. Luke Chamberlain, like we said, 10 points in that first quarter of play. He was responsible for 10 of the 12 points on McDowell's offense, so definitely someone you're going to need to key on if you're the Falcons. Fitch coming out with a hot stroke from distance. They ended the first quarter with a 3. They opened it up with a 3 and adding a beautiful reverse layup. Gianni Maley able to put the Falcons up for the first time here in this second quarter, 14-12, as very balanced scoring on offense we're seeing from the Falcons, with already Maley coming in. He has 5 points. You see Underwood with 2, Sherwood with 3, Roth with 2, as well as Deshaun Vaughn with 2, as that makes up all 14 points of offense for the Falcons. Very lopsided on the other side. McDowell, we said Chamberlain with 10, and of course Nicholas Grimm adds a shot in there as well, making it 12. As Gianni Maley goes baseline again, kicks it out to Vaughn, as Vaughn got fouled on that one. They say contact on, and that was going to be called on Curtis King, picking up the foul, and that is number 4 for McDowell. As we see, I think checking in now, Spencer Dietz for the Trojans. As Dietz checks in for the Trojans, Falcons getting ready to check in, as they also check in Cam Jarros, I should say, as they passed into him and got it out to Maley. 5:40 left in the first half. Deshaun Vaughn ends up with it. As shake and bake, Vaughn throws the shot up and got it. Is Jarros with the power. Couldn't finish, though, down low. Rebound on the second attempt. Grimm has it. Pushing the paces, Logvin. Logvin works it inside. Oh, what a move and what a finish. Ties it up at 14 as Logvin able to get his first bucket of the night to fall. Maley off the screen, tries to shake inside, and they're going to send it this time back to McDowell. I believe they're going to call that a legal screen. An illegal screen by Cam Jarros, send it back to McDowell. As Logvin over to Chamberlain. Under 5 minutes and ticking now. Logvin from that logo over to Husband. Logvin now way downtown, up and in, shot for Logvin. 3 claims the lead, 17-14 does McDowell. Fitch looking for a response bucket. Maley turns on the Jets, gets it over to Sherwood, as Sherwood works to that corner. Deshaun Vaughn gets it back to Sherwood. Inside, no, rather outside. Maley gets to his spot, pulls the trigger and finds the bottom. Nothing you could do to stop that kind of offense, folks. That is just unstoppable. Back within 1 are the Falcons. Back over to Logvin. Logvin pulling the trigger last time from downtown. They're going to get it back to him. He's going to pull it again. Was feeling it. Couldn't finish that time. Up in the air. There's a whistle blown. I think they're going to keep it with the Trojans. We'll see who the call's on. As that one in the air called on Alan Underwood for the Falcons. So Fitch now picks up their 4th. Both teams with 4. Major difference, though. Alan Underwood now with 2 fouls. And it looks like Falcons going to make a substitution as Kylan Foster As Kylan Foster checking in. Inbounding the ball, going to be Logman looking for that opening as he has to go down low, able to get that one to Chamberlain. Chamberlain works it back out. Logman in that corner. Maley is covering. Works it Chamberlain on that low post block. Shot up on the hook. Couldn't finish. Roth ends up with the rebound. Finds Deshaun Vaughn Jr. Brings it up. Vaughn kicks out to Finkley. As Finkley handoff back over Gianni Maley. 3:35 in the first half of play to go. Falcons with the ball trailing by 1. Maley works it over. Kylan Foster pulls the trigger and immediately makes an impact for Fitch as it's a 1-point lead. As making a quick substitution, we see checking out scoring leader for McDowell and Luke Chamberlain, but Jacob Banks, one of the starters, checking back in for the Trojans. 18-17, Fitch leads it now. McDowell with possession. Bringing that pressure is Fitch in this backcourt, trying to get it crossed as Logman does cross the half court. Going to set up now is the Trojans offensively. Keyshawn Husband now has it. Husband kicks it to that left to Grimm, now back over to Logman. Logman had to hand off to Husband there as Husband with the shake and bake works it inside shoulder, picked up his dribble, had to kick back out. As Fitch making McDowell work for the offensive look as Logman just going to pull the trigger, couldn't finish it, and they're going to get him for over the back, I believe, is on Grimm. As they call it on Nicholas Grimm. And that is going to be the second foul call on Grimm. So definitely one guy you're going to watch in foul trouble now. Light foul trouble at least at 2 fouls with 2:43 in the first half. They're going to keep him in though on the defensive side as both teams playing a relatively very clean defensive first half. Only 5 fouls for McDowell, 4 for Fitch. Maley, nice move, but pass goes a little wayward. Able to recover it though was Roth out to Vaughn. Vaughn tries to get baseline, pulls the trigger, puts it up and in, and wow, what a shot from the mid-range, and it's a 3-point Falcon lead, 20-17. Spencer Dietz has to kick back to Husband, pressure back on from Fitch. Works it over to Grimm. Grimm scanning the floor, has to kick back to Husband. Husband full head of steam with his left coast up, no, and he gets it up and in. From the top of the key to the low post, up and in with his left, back within 1. Are the Trojans. Off the screen again is Maley, kicks out to Vaughn. Under 2 minutes to go here. Works it inside. Roth, one move, gets doubled though, has to kick back out. Vaughn works around the big man at the top, had the mismatch, got the finish. Back up by 3 are the Falcons. And the press back on, and McDowell gonna have to go the hard way to get the ball cross court, and they move it out to Grimm, top of the key, finds Dietz, makes it swing pass over to Husband. Minute 20 and ticking in the first half of play. Keyshawn Husband works it off of Gianni Maley, now back out to Grimm, swing pass, quick pass over to Dietz. She finds Chamberlain again, back out to Banks. Grimm now thought about the three-pointer and getting in on it was Roth for the defense. Finding the seam back out, and that time, no, defense swarming. Dietz puts up the 3, short it falls as Deshaun Vaughn does grab the board. 54 seconds and ticking first half of play. Falcons leading it by 3. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. bringing it up, full head of steam with his right, tried to go all the way, whistle blown, knocked out of bounds. They'll keep it with Fitch at 45.3.
Please come to the scores table. Jason Gillespie to the scores table.
Marcel Finkley now inbounds that one. Deshaun Vaughn from distance, couldn't finish. Able to get the rebound was Grimm. At 40 seconds, McDowell with a chance to tie the game, trailing by 3. Husband gets it over to Benjamin Moore, now over to Chamberlain. Chamberlain tries to work it inside through contact. He's going to get the foul called. We'll see who the foul is going to be on. As that one, Kylan Foster picks it up.
23 of Fitch.
As Kylan Foster picks it up at 25.3 in the first half. That's 5 fouls apiece for each team now in the half. And for Kylan Foster, that is foul number 1. As making free throw number 1 now is Luke Chamberlain, extending his point total on the night to 11. 11 of his team's 20 points, over 50%. Make that percentage a little bit higher now at 12 points as McDowell back within 1 of Fitch. 22-21 Falcons still in the lead, 20 seconds and ticking with possession. Gianni Maley has to work it to Finkley. Man-to-man defense is on right now from McDowell. Spencer Dietz on Finkley. Has to get it over to Maley. Maley turns on the Jets, tried to work it to his spot, had to kick it into Roth, lost the handle of it, trying to go all the way, 2 seconds and ticking, shot up, couldn't finish it. Traveling violation is called though on McDowell, and the Falcons will get it back 4/10 of the second. As not going to be able to get the shot off in time. Deshaun Vaughn took a look at it though, as that'll do it for the first half of play. It's a close one, as most of the Falcons have been this season. Fitch in the lead of this one though, 22-21 after 2 quarters of play. We'll be back as Ty Bartell will join you for the second half of play right here in Austintown after this on YSNLive.com.
21 News.
Valley hear why the police chief
expand before
Reporters you trust.
Mahoning and Trumbull
Wilmington restaurant
recovering from a
Telling
broken
more local stories
a community in Niles
We're here in Youngstown, right
around our valley.
Here at the University of Dayton Center.
Because you expect
a storybook ending for the Kennedy
this evening. That will push away as we go through.
more local news.
in Mercer County
before they become life-threatening.
21 News. Locally owned. Locally connected.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
High-res futurecast shows steady snow for the next few hours.
Still just downright cold.
It is bitter out there.
Several strong bands of lake effect snow. Wind is kind of the big story today as well.
So if you need a more detailed winter forecast on WFMJ.com and the Storm Tracker 21 app.
As fine as the eye can see, the finest hardwoods from the finest trees. Made for your home and within your means, Baird Brothers will help fulfill your dreams. Let life and light come shining through in quiet morns. And heavy traffic, too. Find your easy-to-afford fine hardwood floors and doors and more at BairdBrothers.com.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. If we don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 888-888-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at...
Welcome back, everybody. Here, start of the second half, third quarter, getting ready to open up as the Austintown Fitch Falcons leading it 22-21 over the McDowell Trojans. A close one, a barn burner to this point in Austintown Fitch High School. Ty Bartell joining you along for the start of the second half as McDowell getting ready to open up with possession. Chance to take the lead here to start against the Falcons. We have 16 minutes to go here in Austintown Fitch High School. As now we see Jacob Banks getting ready to inbound it for McDowell. As getting it in to Logvin. Logvin works to the corner and Chamberlain. Chamberlain back to Grimm. They swing it around the horn to Banks. As you see, trying to attack inside, feeds the corner. Corner three is up. No offensive rebound by Chamberlain, cleaning up the glass and pays off for him on the scoring column. Back up by one. McDowell takes the lead, 14 points for Chamberlain. As Underwood works to Vaughn. Nice pass over to Sherwood as he was cutting back out. Sherwood looking for a pass, finds Vaughn. Vaughn tries to work it inside, has to kick back out. Goes shake and bake, does Underwood. Underwood pulls the trigger, extends above everyone, just strong on the shot. Breams off back iron. Curtis King now. Back out, Banks. Chamberlain now with the handoff back to Logvin. A lot of ball movement coming this end of the floor for the Trojans. Trying to attack, gets picked up on the dribble though with Underwood on him, has to feed right back to King. Curtis King operating as the point guard in the half-court offense approach here as Chamberlain gets the feed, Chamberlain gets the opening, Chamberlain gets the bucket and continues his scoring wrath, 16 on the night, and now it's a 3-point McDowell lead as Fitch still searching for their first bucket of the second half. Underwood feeds over to Sherwood, who takes the three up, no good, trying to get the rebound as Roth and Banks tip it. They say off of McDowell last, and they'll keep it with the Falcons. As Kylan Foster is checked in. Devin Sherwood checking out. Foster looking for the pass, gets it in. Maley takes a distant shot, couldn't finish it, and tried to tip it that time. Was Roth, and he is able to tip it off of the leg of Isaiah Logvin, as Logvin was tipped off of his leg, and then Falcons keep possession again. Foster has to go over top to Maley. Gianni Maley with Logvin on him. Shake and bake, tried to split the defense. Couldn't quite do so. Underwood now going to take his chance at it. No, they're going to feed it back over to Vaughn. Sean Vaughn Jr., a very good one-on-one matchup. Feeds back out. Maley now on the inside, gets a move up, dances around, couldn't finish into the hands though, and stolen away though as Roth able to enforce the steal. Bucket up and in as Joe Roth buys the Falcons an extra possession. Might not show up in the box score, but it shows up on the actual scoreboard as getting a receiving end bucket because of his efforts from Roth. Underwood gets fouled on his way up, brings it back to within 1, and has a chance to tie it up at 25 at the stripe. As Allen Underwood, 4 points on the evening, make it 5, and responsible for exactly 20% of his team's offense on the night. So one of the starters doing his job for the Falcons. Logvin now was scanning for the cuts. Fitch denied it. Chamberlain now with the ball. Works it back over. Curtis King feeds into Chamberlain on the alley-oop attempt off the layup. Up and in. Back up by 2 for McDowell. Chamberlain, 18 on the evening. As Deshaun Vaughn, shake and bake, got him on ice. Vaughn on the attack, kicks out. Open look, Kylan Foster puts it up and in. Kylan Foster, distant shot off the assist of Deshaun Vaughn Jr. 5 minutes to go. Fitch back up by 1. Logvin now. Chamberlain feeds back to the top. They swing it round the corner, finding Logvin again. Off the screen, no whistle blown. Traveling violation is called. They call a carry on McDowell. Sends it back to Fitch. Gianni Maley gets that one into Vaughn. Fitch developing so many very viable ball handlers on this team that once these guys enter senior year, you got to figure they could have 2, 3 different guys that could play point guard for them by that time. As very capable and very athletic as the Falcons right now, just needing to put it together to get some more W's up on their season. As nice move by Vaughn, but couldn't finish as he got to his spot. Just couldn't get enough on it. But again, Deshaun Vaughn continues to impress with his elusiveness and ability to create shots. Just going brute strength and power, but the hack on the arm, they're going to get Kylan Foster on that. As Foster gets too much of the arm, officials call it on him, and keeping possession is going to be McDowell at 4:08, trailing by 1. Logvin going to be inbounding as Grimm has it. Feeds top of the key, 3 up and in for Curtis King. And a 2-point lead for McDowell. Gianni Maley now feeds out to Underwood. Underwood tries to go forward to seam. No, whistle is blown, and I think they're going to call that one on Sali. As Sali picks up his second foul, offensive foul by Sali. Turnover back to McDowell, leading now by 2. Trying to extend on the lead. Grimm has it, hands off to Logvin. Logvin bringing up. Feeds back over on that wing to the top. They swing it, trying to go quickly. Back out Logvin. Closeout defense nicely by Maley. 3:30 and ticking. They find Curtis King. Just came off of the 3-point shot that put McDowell up by 2. As Logvin lost the handle on it, goes out of bounds. And able to keep it, rather, is McDowell. As inbounding is going to be Banks. Banks gets it into Logvin. As Banks, a little bit too much contact by Deshaun Vaughn, trying to go for the steal. Vaughn picks up just his first foul, but that is foul now number 3 on the Falcons. So 3 fouls here, all picking up here in the third quarter of the second half. As Logvin had to kick out to Grimm. Trying to find that opening seam on offense. They fed inside, and Grimm contact all over him And going to pick up the foul. Grimm going to go back to the line for a pair. And a chance now to give McDowell a 2-possession lead here in the second half of play. It would be either team's, I believe, first 2-possession lead of the second half. As Grimm, first free throw falls flush with the net, and it's a 3-point lead. Marcel Finkley, Joe Roth checking in for Evan Saw, Lee, Kylan Foster. We also see Keyshawn Husband checking in for McDowell, and we'll see who he's going to get. It looks like Banks, as Jacob Banks gonna check out. Owed one more free throw at the line is Grimm, as he makes it a 2-for-2 trip and a 2-possession lead for McDowell and the Trojans. Allen Underwood, 3 minutes and ticking in the third quarter. Fed to the corner, a little high on the pass. Able to recover it, though, was Vaughn. Maley tried to get the right shoulder pass, got inside, and a traveling violation as losing balance. Maley does a great job of when he gets down low, feeling the pressure around him and going up with pressure. That time he went to go for a feel. There's nobody there behind him, and just backtracked, and they're going to call him for the travel every time. That happens occasionally. Thought about stopping and popping, got Joe Roth to leave his feet. Did Grimm, but did not. Backed back out. Over to King, now Logman. Keyshawn Husband just checked back in. As we're under 2.5, Curtis King pulls it from distance again, and Curtis King, 2 3-pointers up now and in for King. He has 6 points, all coming in the third quarter of play. 7-point lead now for McDowell. As Finkley gets over to Maley. Maley finds Finkley again. 2 minutes and ticking, third quarter of play. Finkley out to Underwood. Allen Underwood goes baseline. Whistle blown, offensive foul. As they're going to say with the charges, Underwood send it back to McDowell. Sub 2 minutes to go, minute 55 to be exact, in the third quarter of play. 5 fouls now for the Falcons here in the third quarter. Devin Sherwood having to check back in. Allen Underwood checking out as Underwood picked up his third foul, as Keyshawn Husband gets it over. Now working it up is Curtis King, who lost the handle on it as Baby Shark plays throughout to the gymnasium. Obviously a distraction here for McDowell. As Deshaun Vaughn goes over to Gianni Maley. 93 seconds and ticking. Maley trying to get some more offense for the Falcons, who have been held pretty stagnant here in the third quarter. McDowell playing a good defensive scheme, trying to end that drought here on the run by McDowell. Sherwood now feeds back over to Maley. Minute and 15 seconds left in the third. They feed it. Deshaun Vaughn pulls it. Distant shot up and in, as Deshaun Vaughn Jr. finds that opening on offense, able to pull the trigger, bring it back to within 4. Under 60 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Scanning the perimeter, just holding it for now is King. They feed it over to Chamberlain, the game's leading scorer, now to Grimm. Grimm to that corner now. Curtis King, 2 threes in this quarter already back in. Grimm goes with the power. Nice job by Roth staying with it. Vaughn gets the rebound into Sherwood now. Sherwood brings it up, looks for the pass, just goes back to Maley. 30 seconds and ticking, third quarter of play. Maley gets the call from Coach Beanie at the sideline. They set up in the half court, looking to draw this one closer, trailing by 4. Deshaun Vaughn with it, hands off to Finkley. Fitch looking to hold for the last shot of the third quarter. As Gianni Maley back over to Finkley. Finkley goes inside, finds Vaughn. Vaughn looking for the seam, pulls it from distance. Oh, he almost put it up and in. Oh my goodness, he is turning himself into quite the shooter here for Austintown. And he's only a sophomore, folks. My, oh my, future looks bright for the Falcons. We get ready to start the fourth quarter. Right after this, Ty Bartel going to take you through it. YSNLive.com.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Welcome back, everybody. We get ready to start the final 8 minutes here at Austintown Fitch High School. Ty Bartel going to be taking you along for the ride as the Austintown Fitch Falcons trailing the McDowell Trojans 35-31. Fitch opens up with possession, though, as a close one wide open for anyone to pull away with victory. Fitch 2-5 on the season. McDowell is 3-1 as Gianni Maley gets over to Underwood. Underwood scans it from the top of the key. Now going to just go ahead and start the dribble as Maley, full head of steam, no, kicks out. Deshaun Vaughn, distance shot, couldn't finish it, as able to grab the rebound was Grimm down low. 7:25 Banks has the ball tipped out of bounds by Deshaun Vaughn, who shuts out the possession there and forces them to take it from the sideline, getting it right into Logman. And they just send it back out. Now Logman gets it back. Kishan Husband trying to quickly swing it, as now Chamberlain has to get it to Banks. 7:05, feeds back over to Husband. Husband with Maley on him. Tries to get that opening, feeds to the corner. Corner 3 is up. Corner 3 is good for Logman as the 3-point shot falls again. 8 points for Logman, 7-point lead for the Trojans. As there goes Maley. Maley has it denied, as that time it was Grimm. He's a shot blocking threat down low. That time a good read on the hook attempt by Maley. Couldn't finish it down low, and that's been a couple of times now that Grimm has denied a shot in the low post area. Deshaun Vaughn gets it over to Sherwood. Sherwood full head of the steam to try to split that defense, as Vaughn kicks it to Maley. Maley works it to a spot, has to kick it to Underwood. Underwood now resets in the half court off the screen of Roth, finds Deshaun Vaughn. And again, Sherwood had that open look, stepped in for a shot, and too strong on the shot attempt. Leading by 7. Could be a turning point here if they can get a bucket. McDowell. Logvit, pressured by Sherwood, has to get it out to Grimm. Grimm to Husband now. We're under 6 minutes to go in the game. Husband takes it to the corner now. Corner, mid-ranger, up and in for Banks. As that one, no, they're going to call that one a 3, and that 3-pointer puts them up by 10. One of the largest leads now as Coach Beanie takes a timeout. 5:48 needing to talk things over. We'll take a timeout with the Falcons. Be back right after this.
Coca's Pizza, always supporting our community and our local athletes. Stop in on game day or score big and have it delivered right to your door. Check out our daily specials at cocaspizza.com. That's Coca's Pizza, we serve it hot.
Well, the first 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the fourth quarter were unkind to the Falcons as McDowell started with a 6-0 run to make it a 10-point lead. Now 41-31, Trojans are leading it. Fitch looking to try to chip away at this one as now the Falcons with possession, bringing it up length of the court. As time quickly becoming a second opponent for the Falcons as working it out. Underwood takes the shot, couldn't finish, rebound into the hands of Grimm as another great board for the Trojans down low. Banks finds King. King now to Keyshawn Husband as Husband lost the handle on it. Able to recover though, great job. Grimm on the open look to Logman. Logman able to get it inside off the glass and finish. And an 8-0 run to start here for the Trojans. As Gianni Maley full head of steam, he goes on the attack and finishes down low. And brings the Falcons back within 10. As losing the handle and able to come away with it, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. threw everything in the block. No, the foul is called as he's gotten a few blocks down on the day, but Grimm going to get called, I think, for the foul. No, they're going to actually call that one on Curtis King. So Curtis King picks up the foul, not Grimm. You figure Grimm, he's been in on a lot of shot blocks that maybe once he just got a little bit of the hand, but no, it was actually King who picks it up. And that is only foul number 2 for McDowell in the second half of play as Deshaun Vaughn makes his first of 2 free throws as he gets himself into double digits on the night with 10 points now. As the second one is good, Chamberlain checks back in for McDowell. Finkley checking back in for Fitch as we see Grimm checks out as well as Devin Sherwood for their respective teams. 4:47, Fitch back within 8. McDowell trying to get the ball in, able to get it in to Chamberlain as they get that one over to Banks. And a whistle blown and an offensive foul that sends it back to the Falcons. As Curtis King getting the explanation from the official on what the call was on. Curtis King picks up number 4 though, as now definitely in foul trouble. Next one puts King out of the game. At 4:37, going to be interesting to see the type of defense he plays, but Grimm might be checking back in for King. Roth gets it over to Underwood. Trailing by 8 are the Falcons. Deshaun Vaughn trying to put Husband on ice, but has to work it out to Underwood after picking up the dribble. Underwood attacks in down low, couldn't finish, grabs the board, fight down low, and nobody has clear possession. Vaughn ends up with it, and Vaughn finishes promptly. Deshaun Vaughn brings it back within 6. Chamberlain with it as they're going to call that one on the foul on the floor. And that one's going to be called on Roth. As Joe Roth, usually the one that takes a big beating for the Falcons down low. We know the Akron Zips community watching extra closely, grinding their teeth every big hit he takes. Signed with the Zips for baseball, did Roth. As he still has another season of that to go, does Roth. As now, with Logman getting it over and able to get the tip out of bounds, and last touch, they say, was Chamberlain. As Chamberlain with the turnover, Fitch gets it back, 4:01, Deshaun Vaughn to inbound. Gianni Maley with the ball, trying to put him in with ice, goes over to it, 3-pointer up and in for Allen Underwood. Back within 3 are the Falcons, and they go on a run. Chamberlain tries to get it transition-wise, goes inside, and he just takes it away, does Underwood. Allen Underwood trying to go coast to coast, losing the handle on it, falls on it, and they're trying to go for the timeout, but no. And the jump ball is called. They'll keep it with McDowell. And calling a timeout, full timeout is going to be McDowell. As Coach Beanie was pleading for the timeout call, he didn't get it. McDowell gets possession back at 3:33, leading by 3, and all threes on the board, all threes here on ysnlive.com, and we will be back after just a short break. Ty Bartell here with this one right after this.
I love the customers, interacting with customers, basically just being there even after the sale. If they have a question or if they have a problem with their vehicle, I'm here to help them make an educated decision. I'm here to educate them on their buying a car. I'm Frank Mascara, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Welcome back, everybody. McDowell leading this one by 3 with possession. Jacob Banks, with possession as he inbounded that one in, as Banks with it under 3.5 to go now in the fourth quarter of play. Banks gets it tipped out of his hands as Maley ends up with it. Gianni Maley gets it over to the corner, and Deshaun Vaughn. Deshaun Vaughn goes baseline, finds an opening and scores it promptly. Back within one is Fitch. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. continues to impress in his young career at Fitch as it goes out of bounds. Back to Fitch. 3:04 as Tide's starting to turn here. Momentum swings like a pendulum in this game, and you feel it starting to turn. We'll see if McDowell has a response on the defensive end. They're going to bring in Keyshawn Husband for Jacob Banks. Try to help a little bit on the defensive side of things. 3:04 Fitch with possession. Got to inbound, though. Trailing by 1. Finkley looking for it. Oh, with the open look, distant shot, and he finishes promptly. That's a cold man, Deshaun Vaughn Jr. Puts the Falcons up by 2. Strength, though. Grown man strength. Timeout, 32nd. As, boy, oh boy, another cold man you want to talk about. Luke Chamberlain, a cool, smooth 20 points for the Trojans as he evens it up 45 apiece, 251. And the biggest thing is when you need a bucket, Luke Chamberlain has been there ultimately when the Trojans needed him. He's sort of their go-to scorer, and the guy that, honestly, if you're looking at it, that's the one guy that's beaten the Falcons consistently. With 2:51 now, it's a 45-45 all tie. It's a race in a 2:51 race to get that lead. Falcons have 6 fouls committed. With 3 is McDowell, so next one committed by Fitch does put the Trojans in that single bonus. Fitch does have possession. Out of the timeout by McDowell in this tie game, 45 apiece. Gianni Maley bringing it up. As Maley tries to go baseline. No, that got cut off. Out to Underwood now. Underwood tries to attack it now. That was cut off. Underwood has to kick it back out to Roth, and he just finds Maley. Maley trying to call the play on the court. We're under 2.5. Fitch looking for the lead. Goes baseline. Maley has to kick back out. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. with the hot streak. He has 18. Vaughn goes all the way. Vaughn kicks out. Underwood now gets him on ice. Mid-ranger couldn't fall. Rebound into the hands. Finding Logvin all the way. Evades the pressure. Gets the score. Back up by 2 is McDowell. Here comes Vaughn. Vaughn has to back out now. Keyshawn Husband was right there on the defensive end. Under 2 minutes to go. Finkley takes it inside. Finkley puts it up and in with the foul. What a shot, what a take with contact. Marcel Finkley finishes it. Chance to give the Falcons a lead, 47-47 to tie at 1:50. As Finkley, free throw falls short into the hands of McDowell. Still the tie ball game at 47 apiece. It's stolen away. Underwood, clear path ahead. The finish, the lead, 49-47 Fitch. Timeout here at 1:38. My, oh my, what a game back and forth. Who's going to come out of this one? We got one more timeout we'll take for you here. Be back with the final 1:38. Ty Bartell right after this, ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
We are here 49-47. The Falcons lead it over the McDowell Trojans. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Fitch committing 6 fouls. McDowell committing 4. Next defensive foul by the Falcons will put McDowell in the single bonus. As the Trojans have possession, 1:38. It reads on the clock here at Austintown Fitch High School. With the ball, Logvin is bringing it up. As 90 seconds and ticking here in the 4th. Logvin, sweaty palms time here in Austintown Fitch High School as Grimm gets the ball back on the feed and the whistle blown. It's a traveling violation on Grimm. As Fitch gets the ball off the turnover with 1:18. Big possession coming up now for the Falcons. It's Deshaun Vaughn Jr. at 1:15 and ticking. Vaughn trying to put Biggs on ice. Vaughn rolls off of it and the whistle blown, and it's going to be a hold that time, and they're going to call that one on Banks. That is number 5 now for McDowell. Marcel Finkley with 65 seconds now to inbound sideline to Deshaun Vaughn in the backcourt, trying to get him, and they're going to call another foul, I believe, on Banks. Let's see. As Banks does he picks up his second, shaves 4 seconds off the clock. Now the next one will be the single bonus for either team, both with 6 fouls committed now in the half. Just shifting him over to the other side of the court. Finkley to inbound at 61 seconds. Deshaun Vaughn again with possession. Under a minute to go. Deshaun Vaughn works it over to Finkley. Back over to Vaughn. 50 seconds now and ticking. Maley fakes it over to Vaughn. Vaughn rolls off the pressure and a whistle blown again. I think they're going to call that one on McDowell. I don't know who it is on. We'll see. They call that one on Nicholas Grimm, as that is now Grimm's 3rd foul, and more importantly puts Fitch in the single bonus 1-and-1 opportunity now for Vaughn to put the Falcons up by 2 possessions, and that first one, ice in his veins, able to sink that one. 19 points in the game for Deshaun Vaughn Jr. It's a 3-point Falcon lead. 43.4 to go. Make it a 4-point lead. Boy, oh boy, man. Can't phase him. You just can't. 40 seconds and ticking. Here come McDowell and the Trojans trying to work their way back in it. Just down by 4. Finds Logvin. Logvin open look. Logvin with the make. 30 seconds on the clock. Just a single-point lead for the Falcons. Oh my goodness, what a finish we're in for. And this one with the 60-second timeout will keep you on the edge of your seat for this last 30 seconds. We'll be back with the finish in this one. Who's pulling it off? YSNLive.com right after this.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 30 seconds it reads on the clock. 51-50, Falcons leading it. Falcons with 6 fouls committed, McDowell with 7. Fitch has possession here in the fourth quarter. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. with 20 points, Luke Chamberlain with 20 points. Falcons looking for win number 3 on the season. As that one was stolen away, Chamberlain with the read puts it up as the foul was called. And it is going to be a 1-and-1. They're calling that one on Deshaun Vaughn Jr. at 24.4 seconds to go. 1-and-1 free throw coming up for Chamberlain. Or excuse me, 2 shots on it, as they did call it in the act of shooting, not on the floor, so correction on that, as Luke Chamberlain with 2 free throw attempts and a chance now to take the late lead at 24.4. As a great defensive play from Chamberlain, reading that one to get the steal, and not only that, but take it to the hole and draw the foul. Getting a chance for 2. First one from Chamberlain is up and in. Game tied up at 51 apiece. As a timeout called by Coach Beanie, trying to ice them. And we'll take our final timeout now here on ysnlive.com.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi.
One more free throw coming up. Luke Chamberlain, chance to take the lead for McDowell. Free throw up and in, 52-51 the lead. Fitch now. Chance to win it for the Falcons. Trailing by 1. Deshaun Vaughn Jr. Off the pressure, has to pick up the dribble, goes back. Timeout is being called. As at 7.1, a full timeout by the Falcons at 7.1 seconds. Chance to win it. As we're going to have a winner called after this one at 51-52. Fitch trailing this one. At 7.1 seconds, you have plenty of time to get it inbound, but the problem is with the kind of defense that McDowell's played, it's really the offensive success that we've seen from Fitch has come with a lot of ball movement in the half court and finding those open seams. So they haven't had much success getting those quick hits on offense, but Fitch going to look for one of those. They don't need the 3 is the important thing. But the Falcons taking their last time out here. And now, game comes down to this. Falcons coming into this one 2-5. McDowell is 3-1. One of these teams going to come away with a close victory. Trailing is the Falcons with possession by 1. 7.1 it reads on the clock. Marcel Finkley to be inbounding. Deshaun Vaughn, the recipient. 5 seconds and ticking. Vaughn to his spot, hoists the shot, couldn't finish, up with Joe Roth, he couldn't finish. The second shot attempt does not fall, and McDowell pulls off the close heartbreaker, 52-51, to go to 4-1 on the season, as the Austintown Fitch Falcons, with the loss, have dropped now to 2-6. With that, though, the Austintown Fitch Falcons and McDowell will both be in action post-Christmas. McDowell is participating in a tournament both the 27th and 28th. That is both the Monday and Tuesday following Christmas weekend. You could catch McDowell in that tournament. Obviously not a YSN Live team, but still catch them in action in person there. Fitch will be in action on Tuesday, December 28th versus Glen Oak. That one's scheduled to tip off at 7 p.m. and take place right here at Austintown Fitch High School. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of YSN Live Basketball. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, who were able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance today. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who with his work with not only Bobstein Park Baseball, but YSU Football and YSNLive.com, the entire Mahoning Valley would truly not know what to do without Steve Leslie, and so we thank him. To our students here at Austintown Fitch, the 3 seniors that helped make this game possible, Ryan Yeager on the switcher, Lucas Davis on floor cam, and Elizabeth Neff on table cam, all helped make this game possible with great production value here tonight. And so we thank them. But most importantly, we thank all of you for tuning in and watching, helping support these kids, schools, and communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you tuned in from the McDowell area supporting your Trojans and getting your first taste of YSNLive.com, we welcome you in and hope that your first game was truly a welcoming one. And of course, if you are here in the Austintown area, we always welcome in our Falcon family and say hello to all of our Austintown community. Or wherever you may be in high school basketball, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.
Fouled and has a chance to tie this basketball game with 1:15 to go. Zeta picks up her first foul of the ball game. Rotuno with 11, trying to tie the game high. Zeta crack if she can sink both of them with 13. Huge shots coming up. First one will not fall, and Fitch will keep this lead intact for at least a moment longer. Scavina underneath, potentially to grab this rebound if this one doesn't fall in for Rotuno, but she sinks this one, and she has a dozen. 1 point contest. Zeta getting trapped here. Now they get this up to Ray, and playing with numbers. Fitch has this lead, and numbers down. Now Zeta has it, kicks it out. McCullough drives baseline, kicks across the floor. Outside to Spalding, now to Ray, now to Zeta. Zeta from the wing at 3. She's getting double teamed. Back to Ray at the top of the key, and Ray will hold this one. Under a minute to go now. 53 seconds on the clock. Ray has to go somewhere with it. Picks up the ball. Bounces this one out to McCullough, and a reach-in foul called on Olivia Rouser. That's just her second, team's 5th. Inbound pass coming. Crowd getting ready to go off here. 47.6 seconds left. The inbound pass comes in. Ray with it. Ray get up to Zeta. Zeta from 3 to seal it. Cannot get it, but Spalding grabs the rebound, and she gets fouled. That three-pointer from Zeta might have put this game out of reach. They still have a chance for 2, but it'll keep it a one-possession game as Rachel Spalding, who has 2 points so far, will go to the line for her first time today. 6 team fouls now on the Cardinals, 10 on the Falcons. First one from Spalding will sink in, and Fitch now up by 2 once again. Second one from Spalding. 40.3 seconds on the clock. Shot is up, and shot is in again. Fitch sinks both, and Spalding now with 4 points. Fitch pulled off the upset of the Moody Boys in this arena just a couple nights ago. And now a 2 from Rouser. Rattles around, does not fall in. Last touch, they'll say by Zeta, out of bounds. 30.3. Falcons need to hold defensively. Mooney obviously needs 3 points to tie this. They don't necessarily need the three-pointer. Rapp off the inbound, puts that up, does not fall. Rouser grabs the rebound, sinks it in, down by 1. Rouser with 12, tying the team high with Rotuno, and another timeout called. This will probably do it here. One more time, we'll step aside. 24 seconds left on the clock. 41-42, Fitch on top.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
And we are back. Action here from Cardinal Mooney, 41-42, 1 point deficit. Last time, Mooney pulled off the win. This time, Fitch leading it late. They have the basketball as well. They called a timeout after Rouser had her 12th bucket go in. Now inbound on the ground, last touched by Ray, and Mooney forces the turnover on the inbound with 23 seconds on the clock. Huge moment now. Inbounded to Rapp. Rapp spinning around, kicks it out. Rotuno had a three, didn't want it. Got to be smart here with the basketball, and they call Rotuno on a travel. Rotuno gets called for the travel with 17.6 seconds. Timeout called by Fitch. Falcons, if they can inbound it and avoid a turnover, can seal this victory.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back in. Turnover, crucial mistake for the Cardinals on that last possession. Rotuno gets called for the travel, and now Fitch with the basketball with 17.5 seconds. Fourth quarter, 1 point lead. They can inbound this one and avoid a turnover. They have a good shot of winning this. Zeta gets into the backcourt after Rotuno falls down, and Rotuno will just run into Zeta there and get called on the foul. That is her 4th now of the ball game. 7th team foul puts the Falcons into the bonus as well, and they will call that a technical as well. Intentionally fouling under a minute does result in a foul these days, and it will give the basketball back to the Falcons as well. So Crack has a chance to seal this one, and she may have done it there. Up now by 2 points. 14 on the board for Zeta. This time as well. Shot up. Shot will not fall. Remains 2 points. And Mooney will have to get a turnover now off the inbound. Fitch in a great position to finish out this ball game now. It was a tight ball game that Mooney won in Fitch. Fitch now looking to return the favor. This one launched up to Ray. Ray on the drive. And she gets fouled on the shot. 12.2 seconds left on the clock, and Diorio called on her 2nd foul. The inbounding play working to perfection for Fitch. They have free throws coming. If Ray can sink both of these, you might as well mark up the win for the Falcons. And that one rattles in. Still a chance, though. They need this one to not fall in, does Mooney. Shot from Ray, sinks in, and it is a 4-point lead now for Fitch. This one will get rolled into Diorio. Diorio has it at half court. They need threes at this point. driving down underneath. Shot does not fall for Scavina. Rapp can't grab the rebound, and the Fitch Falcons are going to win this basketball game 45-41. They hold on and defeat Mooney at home, and the Cardinals fall to 0-3 on the season here at home. They are going to have to try and reverse things as they will come back here on December 29th to finish out the year against Median Buckeye. They got 2 road games coming up. They move to 4-4 on the season. Fitch returns the favor, and they will advance now to 5-5 on the young season thus far. But I've been Alec Berta. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you all have a happy holidays, and come on back for more YSN basketball. Alec Berta signing off from Cardinal Mooney.